Okay, so today we'll be looking up to dynamics overview because we're having several requests. Some people don't want to, those who are just trying to join, trying to take the career path in dynamics, and I've seen a lot of requests. I've received a lot of requests about on this agenda. We should discuss about just to have a view the basic things about Dynamics 365. So I will just run through this one, just about between 10 to 15 minutes before the next speaker comes up. So we're also talking about Power Apps and CDS today. And the following section, community section, we're also talking about the CRM and Dynamic CRM and Power Apps. This will be taken by Byron, and one of our technical experts as well. So we're also looking at Power Dynamics and Power BI, and then after that, we'll be looking to discuss more on the Dynamic 365 omnichannel for customer service. I'm sure most of us are not really aware. Most of us have not really work on omnichannel before. So in this virtual meet, we'll be discussing on omnichannel, and the benefit and what we can use, what we can do with omnichannel as well. Again, so we look at Power Platform Administration and Data Integration, Power Apps and Power Automates, Power Apps and Dynamics ERP, and also we'll be looking at the business value of Power Platform as well. So today's speaker, I have introduced myself earlier. So I am a senior business application developer. Also, I'm a MCT for Dynamics CRM and then Power Platform as well. So I'm the lead for Dynamics User Group Community in Nigeria. I have a 10 years combined experience, technical experience, and currently I'm working as a technical support engineer at TechExpert. So with me, I have Foyin Olajide Bello. She's lead. That means lead for Power Apps and Power Automate User Group Nigeria Community as well. She's a powerful woman, and then she's an MCT as well, Power Platform, and again, she's a senior solution architect. She has a very vast experience as a project manager, and she has a vast experience in terms of development and deployment, and in terms of administering software projects as well across industry, especially the bank manufacturing companies, and also education sector as well. So moving on. Today, agenda, I'll be looking up to discussing about Dynamics 365 and also look at some of the things, what we can do with Dynamics 365, and also how we can build some apps. I'll be showing some demos about Dynamics 365 and building model-driven apps and canvas apps. What are the tools necessary for you to be able to build some those apps as well. Okay. So, hello? Okay, so let me just quickly run this overview. I'm going to talk about Dynamics overview just for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then show you a demo. And afterward, the second speaker can come on and will be coming up as well to talk about Power Apps and CDS as well. So if you can hear me, just let me know so that I can adjust my my mic. Okay, so of course, Dynamics 365 is a business applications that combines the CRM and ERP together to run a business application on the cloud. So that this enable organization to run their business both on the cloud, especially, and also on premise as well. So it's a way of transforming the business and a way of making sure that the business are at efficiency, and to make sure that the business can run applications end to end and also its way of strategizing and enable the company to transform the business without efficiently, and making sure that can run their business in the cloud. So companies can manage specific business functions such as sales, customer service, field service operation, marketing, and project service automation. So these applications work seamlessly together in the cloud, and company can function their business and grow their business as well. So Dynamics has a proposed built-in applications such as just I've mentioned previously, finance and operation, which is the ERP part, and also the talent, retails, marketing, finance operation, talent and retails, which are majorly the ERP part of the application as well. For the marketing, field service, sales, customer service, project service. So these are CRM, customer service relationship management applications from Microsoft, in which the course across industries, being sales, marketing, or financial institutions, or the manufacturing companies. So these apps are available from Microsoft to enable organizations to be able to transform their business seamlessly without going through a stressful part of the developing application for that as well. So with deep integration with Office 365, so Dynamics bring together two worlds of business process and personal productivity. So it's something similar to like Excel, Word documents, within which the business can be able to also integrate or import and also export using this Office 365, also like a SharePoint integration as well. So again, we have Power Apps, Flow, and the common data service, which are enabled business to run, and also you can connect your with Dynamics environment and CDS. You can be able to use data to build your apps and also make available data for organization, and also it enables the organization to secure their business, their data, and use the data to build applications. So with Flow, it can build a business logic in such that it can run those applications seamlessly in the matter of very time. So also having container intelligence like AI, for example, Power BI. So all these data are seated on Dynamics and also have a connection with Azure. So with Power BI, you can embed into Dynamics 365 this application for predictive insights and making informed decisions by decision maker. So it also provides a dashboard whereby you can actually see the 360 overview of your analysis of the data, and also enable you to pull data from Dynamics to Power BI dashboard as well. So you can also connect, Power BI, integrate, embed into Dynamics dashboard, which I'm going to show you later in the demo. So we also have app source. The app source, of course, you wanted to integrate any other apps as well that can work as compatible or can also work with Dynamics business applications, because you may not have all in one environment and you wanted to integrate other platforms. So with app source, you can able to integrate any other application, a third-party application, for example, and they can also be compatible with Dynamics 365 as well. So let me quickly talk about the part for business application platform. So we all understand that business need application can also support with business application platform like Power Platform. it helps to support and extend applications such as Dynamics, Microsoft 365, and Azure, as well as third-party services and applications. So with Power Platform, Business Power Platform as a business application, it offers a very low coding automation and also have actionable data-driven application as well. And customer can actually customize these apps and to suit to their business processes, and as well give analysis and give such insight into that application as well. So with Power BI, with Power Automate and Power Apps, all these are made of 3 applications designed to help create a dynamic visualize from data hosted or internal and external sources as well. Build your custom apps and automate your workflow. So here, so with standalone, you can have Power Apps as a standalone, Power BI as a standalone application, and also you can also integrate all this together with Office, with common data service and connectors in one platform that enable you to customize your application in Dynamics. So these apps can stand alone, like Power BI. They have a loan subscription. So without even integrating with the Power BI Dynamics. So what we can talk about here is how this Power BI and these tools can essentially work together and build an application that will suit the business process of the organization. So here you can see how these apps can be able to build, customize, and extend an application that can be highly customizable to suit business processes. So, of course, many organizations will choose to extend their business, their Dynamics application using business application platforms such as Power Platform, based on the tailors towards the business as well. So let me quickly talk about this. So, of course, package applications are the fastest way to transform your business. And of course, Dynamics is very flexible in such a way that when you subscribe for it, or you adapt this application, you can, be able to use these even with just a very little customization. Okay, so they have with inbuilt purposes such as sales, the marketing, and also the free services, the customer services are those inbuilt application that organization can quickly adapt to suit their business process with a little customization. And of course, no application is exactly what you need. You need to be able to customize such application to fit your business process and industry as well. And sometimes there's no application that is, can be alone, for business without customizing such business application or business application to customize such application to suit their business process as well. So let me quickly talk about Power Apps. What's Power Apps and how can be how does it connect or how does it work with Dynamics 365? Of course, Power Apps is a service like for creating and using custom business application across platforms. So you can connect with Power Apps. You can connect to your data using common data services or your custom data entities into the system, and also you can use that to build application, very customized forms, and also build a business application without, with little or no code at all. So we can publish these apps instantly for web and mobile application for views. So it doesn't take. It's a matter of just most times is doesn't require code and with very little. So within just a day, you can build an application based on the requirements or based on the complexity of the requirements of the business. You can build an application with Power Platform, with Power Apps, Studio, and also with Dynamics as well. So within just a day. So it's with Power Apps and Power Platform, then generally with Dynamics, as enable business to enable to build an application without going through too many complications or too many customization. So in with Power Apps, there are two types of apps you can build: Canvas apps and also model-driven apps. So with Canvas apps are built without code and also can be configured using a drag and drop, just like PowerPoint, and also it gives you a high level of control over user experience and makes the interface very interactive and intuitive. So these apps are meant for simple and specific use cases, such as submitting expense reports, and also you can connect to your SharePoint, to your data and data source, and also you can be able to develop a mobile-friendly application that can be useful and interact with data as well. With model-driven apps are using the M365 framework and can only connect to common data service as the data source. Okay, so these are more suited to complex scenario with multiple functions and utilize unified interface. So how does this relate to Dynamics 365 and Power Apps? How does it work with Dynamics 365 apps? So it is also on the common data service, just as a data source, like I said, with Power Apps, and also you be able to build with data with common data service, and also with that comes data service, common service, and also you can connect to your source with to your data source and use this to build a Canvas apps or model-driven apps as well. So Power Apps users can be able to interact without having to learn how to use and navigate to Dynamics 365. So you can embed application that users can also currently use, such as SharePoint and Teams and the likes. Either way, this will also be a very significant drive to Dynamics application users. So as I mentioned previously, the common data service is lets you to secure and store and manage your data used by business application. And these are these are hosted. The CDS is a secure database hosted in Azure Cloud, pre-built with a standard set of entities and record types. So when we talk about entities here, so we're talking about entities. So we are also talking about the how the tables store, is a set of record used to store data, and similar to how a table store data within a database. Okay, so such as accounts, contacts, leads, opportunity, and various type of activity type are extendable as well. So let me quickly talk about. Okay, we also have inbuilt connections and also custom connectors as well. You can use, they can be connected into the CDS and also the Power Apps in such a way that enable you to provide a data source for your business, for your application. So you can connect your data to various business, to various platforms such as custom connectors and also on-premise sources as well. So we have Azure Data, where you can connect your blob and file storage and also automate your data. So this it provides data source for your application, and also you can be able to use this data to build some level of application, a high responsive application, business application for your business. So I will quickly go to demo. So before I go to demo, I just want to ask if anyone has question, I can take them. Does anyone have question?
Not yet.
Okay, all right, I can move on. Okay, so
I guess we are good.
hello?
I said, I guess we are good.
Okay, that's good. So let me quickly share my screen for. Okay, so here, share my screen. Okay, so this is like a, oh, sorry. So normally when you subscribe, when you adapt Business Dynamics 365, it gives you some built-in applications such as sales, like I mentioned previously. We have a customer service and various applications. So these are inbuilt application, and also we have a marketing, customer service, and so these are built-in, pre-built in business application. And also you can see on my dashboard here we have check-in library, which is an application I just built just within a day. And then I can also show you how you can also build some application as well without just a matter of a day or a few hours. You can be able to build those applications. So first I will need to go to first. So in the Power Platform, let me quickly show you this Power Platform environment. This is an environment first before you can build or start building application with Dynamics 365 with Power Apps. First, environment is very, very important. So environment is where you can actually build. It's just like a container that contain most of all your applications, both the inbuilt application and the custom application. So here you can have a production environment and also a sandbox environment and trial environment as well. So majorly what is very common in most business is production and sandbox environment. With sandbox environment, mostly if we want to start to develop your application, it's always advisable to develop such application in sandbox environment. So this will enable you to test the application, the functionality of this application, and also to enable you to to test and with the user, and if there's any issue, you can quickly address such issue before going to the production. Okay, so I think I'm also almost out of time. So this is just the environment for business app. For here, you can see this also give you overview of what's going on with your application. You see the storage capacity. You can see it's showing me that the database is is overshoot. It's more than the percentage. So this can make applications to be very, very slow. So, and also this, we are also here, it's enabled to manage your admin center. We have a 365 admin center. We have Power Apps and Power Automate. So let me quickly go to admin center for Dynamics. So while this is loading, so let me quickly show you. So this is Power Apps, big app. So this environment, like it's enable you to build your applications. So this is an application that I've built previously, and also these are the inbuilt application. You can see here, and also you can see the like sales, and also you see some other applications here. These are inbuilt applications. So if I go to the Sales Hub, for example, so this actually give me. So here we have accounts, we have contacts, we have lead, opportunities, competitors, and here we have quotes. So you can be able to build your quotations, and also we have the orders, place on orders. So here, the contact, we all know that contact is like an organization, a company, and I mean accounts is an organization and a company in which you want to transact business with, and also you have a contact as well. A contact is an individual, is a person that is connected to the account that is working in a company, and here we have a lead like a potential customer that's actually have interest in your product and they want to be able to buy your product. And also opportunity is a potential sales, a customer that's interested in buying your product, your services as well. So also have our competitors. It's a platform where you can, every business have competitors. So it's always good for business to also have competitors, or to be able to, integrate, or want to have your competitor data. You want to know how they are doing every day. You want to check their website. You want to check their activities. This will also, enable you to perform, improve in your quality of service delivery as well. So we have quotes, orders, and services. So with this is just a sample of a model-driven application, model-driven apps application, model-driven apps that you can use. So one of the first thing you want to do in creating those apps is first you need to connect your data, you need to build such a data connection with Dynamics. With for example, if I want to build apps in Dynamics 365, one of the first things I want to consider after the environment is to enable me to create a connection between the Power Apps and then also Dynamics as a source. Okay, so one of the first things I want to do to check with you is like an entities. So an entities is like enable you to collect, is a collection of fields, okay, that enable you to structure your data into the system, to your application. Okay, it's how your data is being, is just like a record, such as account, the name, your first and last names. These are the fields in application. So here, if drill down here, I have all application, the manage application, which has to do with the inbuilt entities. We also have a custom entities. So if I go to all, you see here I have accounts, okay, and also I have so many entities here. If I click on the account entity, I have names, I have fields, relationship, business rules for building a business logic, such as to field an entity as well. Also have a views and forms dashboard, and also have charts as well. So this like a container that contains some of the tools you need necessarily to build your application. So here I have an entities already, and so when I have my entities, how can I build an application with this? Say, let me quickly start from model-driven apps. With the model-driven apps, you started creating application here. So you give it a name. For example, let's say test app, and then click on done. So this gives you app designer. So this is exactly where you can, start building your interface. Okay, we have sitemap, we have a dashboard that enable you to build your data, and then also enable you to, enable you to create a dashboard for your application, and also enable you to for sitemap, enable you to build a navigation, how you can be able to navigate from one app to another. So such as what we have this in this like this. So just like this we have. So I have a dashboard, I have activities, my workspace, and also I have the customers. Under this we have accounts and content. And so with sitemap can enable you to be able to create, a very interactive application, and also enable you to build an interactive unified interface for your application. So here I have created one already. So let me quickly use this one. Okay, I have my application. So if I go to apps, so once I have built my application, you can see this one I just created just with the test environment. You see, so I have this one as well. My apps like hotel booking application, which I built just today. So here, so this is the application I built in such a way that it's an application for booking hotels, to manage bookings for an hotel. Okay, so how I was able to make that is when in this Power Apps environment, you can see if I open up this one, I'm able to edit here. I have my stat map, and also I have a dashboard. I also have a business process, and also have a form. I think I have to reload. Perhaps I can use my organization. Sales hubs. Okay, so here I have the forms, views, charts that enable me to build forms. For example, if I wanted to build forms, if I click on this, so these are actually fields that can enable me to, to integrate, and also enable me to select the specific field that I wanted to add to this application. So here, this is like an interface, and like here, the unified interface that enable you to interact with your system, with your application. Here I have the account name, I have a phone, and you can see. So once I click here, automatically I have this coming into the so it's just like a drag and drop. I can click also to drag to where I actually wanted to place this. Okay, so once I'm done, I save and publish as well. So when I'm able to save and publish, so automatically I have all these will be in the application interface as well. So if I go to my account, so I have a book. Okay, let me duplicate this one. Here I have a sales ops. So this is simply how you can be able to, build forms. This is just an overview, and I think in the next coming series, Power Series, Dynamic Series, after the 6-day virtual meeting, we'll also be conducting a business, Dynamic 365 series. So I think this my time is up already. So I think I will give space for the next speaker just to speak up. I'm not even timing myself. So is there any question? Let me quickly check. Okay, I think you can drop your question for me, and then from there I can be able to answer your question. Let me quickly bring up second speaker.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me, Ahmed?
Yes, I can hear you. It's fine.
Okay,
Okay, sorry for taking your time. So I'm not watching at the same time.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No worries. Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. I'll just share my screen. Now from here.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, please, this is Babatunde. Please, Ahmed, can you please, I don't know, maybe probably next time, we can show us how to create dependent form.
Okay.
Maybe one control will be based on another control. I don't know, maybe you
Okay.
get what I'm trying to say.
I'm still trying to get you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Just like introduction, just like a view on how you can build apps. But we promise that after this 6 days virtual event, virtual meet, we're going to do a Dynamics 365 series where we start talking about customization and configuration, and also how they can build your applications using the Power Platform, and then leveraging on Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Apps as well. So we're having a series of customization and configuration as meets then. So by then, and you can also contact me as well. You can put your question across me. I can be able to answer you if you are maybe after the section as well. I can, be able to provide you information about.
All right. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. So this is me, Fonyolajide Bello. Basically, I work for Sterling Bank Nigeria PLC, and I'm also one of the leads of the Power Apps and Power Automate user group in Nigeria. So Ahmed has covered most of the fundamentals around the Microsoft Power Platform and how it connects with the Common Data Service and with CDS. So I would not dwell so much on that. Yes, so all I'd just like to speak a bit to is the entities. So the entities are basically what you would compare to tables in SQL. You would also compare them to having sheets in your Excel. For those of us that are familiar with the SharePoint list, when you talk about entities in CDS, you're speaking to the SharePoint list in SharePoint. All right, so let me jump into my demo. So in the demo, I'm just going to quickly show us how to build an app from an entity. All right, this is the Power Apps Studio. And how did I get here? From portal.office.com, you click on Power App, it brings you here, right? And from here, you can click on data, like Ahmed showed us a bit earlier on. And once you click on entities, you get all of this. So all these entities here are pre-populated by Microsoft. You may be a bit surprised, like I didn't create any entity, why am I seeing all of this? You're seeing all of this because Microsoft uses something called the Common Data Model, which they have built in and pre-populated common data sets that they feel will be useful across board for all of their customers on their tenants. And then they've come up with different fields and different things within it. So you can write off any of them immediately, or you can decide to create your own entity, right? So create your entity, just click on new entity, and I'll call this tax assignment, right? So we have the primary field. Primary field in SharePoint will be what we know as the title field. So I leave this, and of course it has to be a text field. It doesn't accept any other field. So I will leave this here as employee name. Okay. So I click on create. And then you can now add on additional fields as you desire. So from the data types, we have standard data types here. For those of us that are just starting off in entities, I'll just pick a few of them that are really simple and straightforward that you can get to use very quickly. So text is simple line of text. You have whole number, which holds numbers in integers, like normal integers, and then You also have decimals for numbers. Currencies will give you different options or different types of currencies across the world. And you have your date and time or date only, which most of us are familiar with already. Yes, we also have the lookup, which works closely to the way lookup works in SharePoint, where you can reference a field that resides in another entity. Okay, so I just create one additional field called tax name. You can see that as you're creating the field, it takes out the space here, and then you can also set it as optional or required from here. Done. So we come here to save your entity. Save. And when you come back to tax assignments, you see the fields that you created. This is my employee name and my tax name here. So you also have a lot of additional fields that get created along with your entity. Just like you have in SharePoint, you have created by, modified by, created date, all of those default fields. We also have something similar here within your entity. All right, so let me jump out of this and come to my app. So now I want to create an app for my tax assignments from the entity that I just created in the Common Data Service. So I click here to start building my app. I click on Common Data Service. Okay, so while this is coming up, okay, so it's showing me different entities. This is one I just created, tax assignments, and you click on connect. So for those that are familiar with SharePoint, is like this scenario plays out in the same way where you create your SharePoint list first with all the different fields in it, and you create connect to Power Apps, and it creates the 3 screen for you. So the exact thing is happening here within the CDS, where you've created your entity and you're connecting directly to your entity. So I have the 3 screen created for me here, just the same way, and then you can just come and play your app, add a new item. I call this test 001 and click on save, and you can see it here. Takes you just exactly the 3 screen works. So this is a simple, I mean, if you're starting off with the CDS and entities, this is one of the simple ways to create Canvas apps off of the CDS. And then we can also spend some time around it to understand how the different parts of it work. Like it also has relationships, one-to-many, many-to-one, many-to-many relationships in the entity. And the entity it's really powerful. It does a lot more than you can do in your SharePoint list, especially when it comes to relationships and referencing fields that sit in other locations, like other entities. So this is a good start. So if you've never used the CDS before and you've never created a Canvas app from the CDS, you can just give this a shot in your spare time and then start to build on top of that. So I don't know if you have any questions around creating an app from off of the CDS. Okay. If there are no questions, my call to action is after this call, go to your environment and just go to your environment and create an app, a 3 screen app from an entity. Create a random entity, add up your fields on it. If you're someone that uses Excel a lot, you can go to an Excel sheet that you have created and try to mirror the exact thing that you have created in that Excel sheet inside your your entity, your CDS. And if you're someone that uses SharePoint a lot, pick up a list that you created in SharePoint and try to mirror that list, all the data types and everything in CDS in a new entity, and then connect to an app and create an app off of that. So you start to get comfortable using the CDS and start to play around some more with it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Foyin, for that wonderful presentation. And I know we have just an hour to do this. This is just overview parts of these Dynamics 365 and Power Apps, and then what you can do as well to build your applications that can be tailored towards your business need as well. So just to cap it all, it's with Power Dynamics 365 and Power Apps, you can build, customize, and extend Dynamics 365 application with Power Platform. So, and then some other tools like Power Apps and Power BI and Automate that can actually, tailor or work towards tailor your business process as well. So with Common Data Service, with Power Apps, you can build with entities, just like the Foyin astronauts. You can build your entities, create your entities, and use that to build your application and also connect your data to it. You can use Dynamics as a data source, and you can use SharePoint as a data source to create your Canvas apps, and also we can use entities, Common Data Service, to build a model-driven apps as well. So this let me quickly show you then. So our next agenda will be our next meet will be on Wednesday, and this is going to be delivered by one of our very own experts from Middle East, I think. My screen for Middle East. So for Middle East is a Power BI lead for Middle East. Nashim Niaz, he'll be here on Wednesday. So it's going to be around on 2nd of May, and we have Byron Determine. Okay, who will be presenting on the 365 here and Power Apps. So it's going to show us a lot of stuff about applications, some of the things the magic things you can do about it. So I would like you to stay with us, and by Wednesday, by Wednesday 5 p.m., 5 to 6 p.m. at the same time, we'll be here again. So if you have a question, you can drop me a question, or you can chat me personally, or you can have a question. I can take it now. Maybe I have 4 minutes left. And again, just to add to it, if the Omni channel also is a new thing, it's not new actually, but now I think it's growing on, and how you can use that to build some, how we look at how you can integrate, the Power virtual agents, Power Automate, and also how we can integrate also the Power BI. And then Omni channel basically is for able to, it's just like a call center for how you can be to manage your the communication with your customer. So also look at the Power Platform and data integration. Also we'll be talking also on then how you can be able to create a couple of things, integrate your application with Power Automate. Okay, some of the apps you built with Power Apps in the Power Apps environment, and how you can automate that to achieve your business processes. So look, we'll be looking at also ERP. So we'll be taking this by our own very ERP expert, Disu, and also we'll be looking at the business value from with Dynamics Power Platform. So this is going to be delivered by Chris from Microsoft in London. So he will be here with us next on the 9th of May with us. So Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your time. I think I have a question here. Okay, someone asked question, what basis do we, sorry?
No, go ahead, please.
Okay, somebody asked question, what basis do we choose canvas-driven apps and model-driven apps? Okay, it depends. You know, for canvas apps, here you can be able to build a mobile-friendly application with canvas apps. Okay, just like Phone has shown us, just like the interface, and also you can build a mobile. What I mean by mobile is it's your mobile phone and also a tablet. Okay, so and then just in case you need a very simple apps such as, for example, a leave request or a visitors apps that can be able to enable you to have just like a mobile phone, you can be able to interact with easily on your mobile on a mobile that give you a very nice experience with your mobile phone and the tablet as well. So you can, with Canvas apps, you can, you know, connect with the data source. It could be from your CDS or from your from many other data source, like it could be on-prem, it could be from SharePoint Online or SharePoint on-prem. So we have so many data connectors you can connect to your. So, and also with model-driven apps, mostly the data for the model-driven apps is only usually from Dynamics, and basically mostly from based on entities. Okay, so the entities just like enable you to structure your data into the Dynamics itself. Okay, so you can, you know, be able to create your apps using those entities. When you're building an application from scratch, you first thing you need to do, you need to create is to apart from creating your environment and also connect, I mean, creating connection between your Dynamics environment and also to your apps, to Power Apps. You need to one of the first things to do is to create the entities itself. So entities, and also with the fields, just like I've shown, we displayed the other time, like a forms, like names, your contact, you know, an address. Or for example, if you are building a you know, a form for a contact, for example, those fields like the first name, last name, the phone number, the company email, and all that, you know. So those things are, you know, entities and fields. So by the time you are designing your form, you'll be able to, you know, connect your, pick just like a drag and drop, like I showed you the other time, to build such, you know, be able to design your form and navigate how you can be able to also build some very interactive, navigations as well. So it depends on the business process, on the what you want to achieve, what kind of application do you want for your business, and what what actually was your goal about, you know, having these applications. Okay, is there any other question? Okay, I can see no question here. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I think I can still have like 3 minutes before we can call it off a day. Call it off, okay, for today.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeremiah. I hope you're all keeping safe. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Ahmed. Thanks for that amazing, insightful presentation. So I think one powerful thing about the platforms is that again, you need to really familiarize yourself with the tools by just testing it out. You know, using the scenarios that Fonya had shared, and then the one that Ahmed also shared.